Every fish has fins, and around those fins are bone. So when you start filleting your fish, you're going to come in behind the gill here, and come in behind this fin, and avoid this fin here, and cut straight down, getting as close to the bones as you can. Once you've cut straight down, bring your knife along the back, alongside the back fin, and when you get to about this point, where you're crossing the anal fin, poke your knife through, angle it slightly down, and continue on to the tail. Now, just take your knife and follow along the bones. There will be a row of bones that you'll have to cut through, but you want to try and be careful to not cut through the rib cage, and you'll just follow that rib cage along to peel the meat off of the fish. You can see I'm just following that rib cage along. I've already cut through the row of bones that is through the meat, and I'm going to show you how to take that row of bones out while only removing a very small portion of meat, so you get a full boneless fillet. Once you separate the fillet from the rib cage, take and just cut along the stomach to separate that fillet from the fish. Then take your fillet, cut down at the tail, and using your finger, hold the skin in place as you come along the skin with your knife. Don't angle your knife down too far or you'll cut through the skin, and then you have to do a lot of fancy maneuvering to get it right. Now the fillet is off the skin, and we have one row of bones left to deal with. Now, pickle's kind of nice. I missed a couple rib bones here, so I'm going to take those off. The pickle is rather nice. You can feel the row of bones, and it's usually right under where the thickest part of the meat ends from the top. So right along where I'm running my finger now, I can feel that row of bones. And usually you can, when you rub your hand back along the meat, you'll feel those bones sticking out a little bit. So once you've found them, start from the thick side first. Makes it much easier. And come to that top side of that row of bones and cut straight down. Usually that row of bones only runs the length of the rib cage. So once you get to the end of the rib cage, you can stop and come back on the other side, and again cutting pretty much straight down. And cut that row of bones right out of the meat. You can see I'm not taking a whole lot of meat with it, and I don't know about you, but I prefer to eat a nice boneless piece of pickerel or walleye rather than picking out a whole bunch of bones while I'm eating it. And there you have your first side done. You'll find that it can be hard to cook a fillet of fish when it's got a big strip out of it. So what I often do is take and cut the tail part off and make 3 pieces of meat out of it that will cook up very nicely. Now you have boneless pickerel.